Hi, welcome to the Peter Repeater episode 37. This is the podcast that is live every day in the afternoon with my cup of tea, slurping away, having thoughts about life. And this is the latest update to my life so far. So we've had a tricky day. We fell asleep, so that was good. So it's always good to fall asleep. I never like that thought when you're sleeping. It's like, oh, what if the morning happens? That's never a nice thought. So the sleep worked. Good. That was a good start to the day. And then watched podcast. It was good. Like my cups of tea, like everything about life. And then arrives in the post. What arrives in the post? Can't talk. Something arrives in the post. It's Huel, Huel, like fuel, but with an H in front. So it's basically pumping gasoline into your body, but it's good for your body. And that analogy kind of works, because you imagine that gasoline, such an American word, but imagine that drinking straight up diesel is going to taste bad. Well, Huel also tastes bad, so it's like fuel in that respect. And I took it for a tester, and I thought, oh, isn't it great? I've got all this Huel, 3 kilograms of powder. I've got 14,000 calories. Oh, I'll just use one of the flavours. Oh, this is all going to be nice. Chocolate flavour, all very nice. And then I smelt it and I was like, nope. And then I tried drinking 250 millilitres and I drank it all. And it was the worst thing I've had as a meal ever since that grape and banana omelette that I made with my brother. Grape and banana omelette. That does trump it. The grape and banana omelette. That is worse than Huel, but Huel is pretty bad. And the fact that you're meant to live off this stuff, all 26 minerals and vitamins you need. You can eat it all day, every day, and you'll be healthy as Larry. You'll be sad as not happy as Larry. You'll be sad as lonely Larry, living by himself with no hope of a job or a career, in his bedsit, alone, doomed to live a life by himself in misery. So that's the sort of feeling I'm getting from this Huel. Tastes terrible. And now I've got 2 massive bags worth. Spent the cheapest money I could buy, the cheapest product I could find, and bought it and thought, yeah, I got a good saving here. And then it's just 2 massive bags worth of gobshite. Complete shite in the gob. Literal gobshite. And it's just terrible. Can't believe the world we live in. Is just, why do we think this is a good idea? I got fooled. Not once in the purchasing. I've been wanting this for a month, and not once did I think, do you know what? It might taste like shit. I'm trying the comedic approach and swearing. We'll go for it. We've got a. I'm growing up now. It might taste like shit, and this is a family show. It might taste terrible, and it did taste terrible. I can't believe it. Oh, the cat is out the bag now. I just swore. Anyway, yeah, it didn't once cross my mind. I've just killed a moth here. Ugh. That probably isn't good. I just smudged it on my something. Yeah, it just didn't once cross my mind that it might taste terrible. That's how much I care about the my playing card, I just fold it in half with a dead moth inside. Less I touch that, the better, probably. Yeah, just my taste terrible. This Huel didn't cross my mind once. I thought, yeah, I'll just buy 2 bags, the minimum you can buy. It's not like, oh, let's have a taste. Just like, here's my money. Here's 2 massive bags of complete shit. Pardon me, I shouldn't swear. I've lived a life without swearing, and I've realised sometimes I just got to swear. So yeah, it's not very nice. Bad stuff. Complete rubbish. Yeah, it's just not very nice stuff to to eat. I feel bad for swearing. What am I like? I'm 22. I didn't try swearing in my teenage years. I didn't venture outside into the world of effing and jeffing, and and now I feel like sometimes I feel like swearing for emphasis and for just to get my point across, but it's just all too much, and it's it's difficult. So there you go. Anyway, we'll get into it. We'll be stand-up comics swearing and jeffing because it's just funnier, so I just have to. When I find the opportunity to swear, but it just means that when my family sits around, as they do, obviously, every single one of my family, my nieces, nephews that aren't born yet, and all my grandparents and uncles and aunties, and everyone sits around the black and white TV and Chromecast it from their phone onto the TV, and then you just like everyone's watching, and they've watched 36 episodes of my podcast, and then the 37th episode I'm like complete and start swearing, and it's just, what have I grown into? Anyway, I don't know. That's what life does to you. Is when you. I've done the settings for this live stream, and it's not family friendly. It is a family friendly. I don't have it for. There's not a content for kids anyway. Anyway, what am I talking about? I get nervous about swearing. Probably shouldn't have swore there. Started off with the shite, and then we went to shit, and then it's all gone to shit, and oh dear, never mind. Well, what my family gonna see? What they think when they're watching this, all gathered around the Chromecast, the highest and top of the line, latest tech, black and white square TV. It's just, yeah. I like buying stuff. So I bought this Huel. So how would I describe this Huel? Other than the swear words that I once said that I should try not to repeat. I'll try and keep it clean. Yeah. So how would I describe the Huel? I don't want to get into detail. Just imagine. Right. Just imagine this. Somebody really wants to change their life. They want to get in better shape. They're a bit overweight. They want to go to the gym. They want to change their life. So they go to the doctor. They talk about their sleeping habits and everything gets laid out and technical. And then what they do is they take the fecal matter from a skinny person to get all that good bacteria, and they shove it up the rectum of this person who wants to change their life, and then they douche that that overweight person, and then the residue of the juice, after cleaning it with bleach and weeing on it, that residue sort of put that in soil, let it ferment and add some manure, and then you let it grow out for a couple of years, and then do a poo on top of that and let that ferment, and then add some gone off food, and and then just shove it in the fridge, add some oats, put some plant-based milk, and powderize that, and put it with 500 milliliters of water, and then just put a scoop in and put a bit of chocolate flavoring, and then drink that, and then that is Huel. Bad. Very bad. Tastes like... won't swear. Tastes like poo. That's what I'm trying to get at. If you didn't get it enough. Anyway, so from that bad experience and that frustrating experience that's made me swear on the podcast today, I was a swearing virgin and I lost my virginity today, as well as my credibility as a non-swearing stand-up sit-down podcast comic, sitting down stand-up comic. That is the because that's just put me in a bad mood. And the fact that you can just have this milkshake and it has all your nutrients and then you don't have food, and I was okay with that. And then I bought it, and being there, got the t-shirt, and they literally gave me a free t-shirt. So I'm gonna go round everywhere with my free t-shirt on, with the complete fecal matter gumph of a drink that sustains you. At least I've got some vitamin D and zinc. It's not worth it. I'd rather go hungry for a year than let that sustain me. If I was in a desert and that's all I had, the fecal matter utter catastrophe, world ending mega shit of a drink, if that's all I had to eat / drink / throw up, and that's all I had to sustain myself, then it would be a tricky decision. It'd be like, it'd be like that decision when you've got diarrhea and you're in pain from wiping your bum too much, and you make that decision whether you should risk it and try and hold in the need to go to the toilet, because if you know that if you don't hold it and you go again to the toilet, you're going to be really hurting your bottom with the toilet wipes. This has taken a sharp turn into just disgust. I need to liven this up ASAP. Anyway, that tricky decision between sore bottoms and diarrhea, that tricky decision is like the decision to starve or eat this godforsaken milkshake Huel. Terrible. And and I had a taste, had a sniff, had a taste, and because I'd committed money to 2 bags, I felt obligated to put myself through trauma and just take this up the mouth and just take it hard and long and filthy, and just take this chocolate milkshake, earth, dust, powder craziness. Try not to swear on this podcast. Keep it clean. And we're talking to a 22-year-old who's never sworn before. Anyway, we'll get off to that. Get off that content. Get off that topic. Anyway, so yeah, it was a bad drink, and that's what I had for lunch. So the world at the moment, it's just all this staying inside, not going out, and it's a really weird world we're living in. And we just go for the daily exercise that I don't do every day, and then when I do it, it's not exercise because I just walk about 500 yards. I'm American at this stage, and then it's just all this walking, and then you're walking along, and normally you'd be like sidestep, not sure which way to go, left, right, punch, and then you move on, and that's the normal way of that awkward moment of sidestepping. Instead of that, this sidestep is not like when you're face to face. It happens about 5 yards. No, not yards. Just let's be realistic. It happens like 200 meters away, and you see them in the distance, and you're thinking, "Oh no, Corona! We can't walk by each other. They are not wearing a mask. Corona, don't want that Rona." So that's the situation you're in, and you just not sure where to walk, not sure how you should pass each other, and then you're doing that, weaving in and out 200 meters away, and you're just not sure, and then finally that it's going badly, this situation, and what you both do is you both commit. I commit to the left, they commit to the right, because we're going in opposite directions. We're committing to the same side, and we're like, there's two options. I'm either gonna be, a little wimp and steer off to the other side, or you commit. And 9 times out of 10, you commit, and then the other person goes, oh dear, this corona filthy person is committing. I am going to abort, mission. They just walk across the road, and then we keep our social distancing. So that's life at the moment. You got the staying inside. You've got the wasting your life away, or doing stuff useful, or wasting your life away, and mixing it up with. Sometimes you go for a wee. Sometimes you go for a shower. Sometimes you what else can you do? Sometimes you just get a shaver and go vroom, and you just mix up and you do lots of things. And for podcast listeners out there listening to this on iTunes, because obviously I'm that high tech, sometimes I make noises and hand gestures, and so it's just a crazy day. Like, I went to the toilet 7 times. 450 milliliters. Just started measuring my own wee there. Tough day. I just thought, I don't know how much I wee a day. Let's get this measured out. So the previous day, I'm making a yolk. I'm just got some eggs in. I'm making an omelette, just whisking away. And then the next day, I'm like, oh, this has got stuff. So I line it up, and as you do, and you try and wee downwards, because weeing upwards tends to fail. And you just like wee it up, and then you measure how much wee you've done each day. This is Corona times. This is what you do to stop being bored. You measure how much wee you've done, and then because wee evaporates if you leave it to the air, because water just evaporates because of the energy of the random distribution of kinetic energy physics. I did that. Puddles evaporate. Yeah. Anyway, because water just evaporates, the wee evaporates some of it. So what you got to do is put a tight lid container. So you get the Tupperware. You out of the freezer. So there's some frozen meals that I don't know, my mum's made or something. So you shove that in the bin, and then you fill up your wee and you decant it into the Tupperware box, and then you keep on doing that every day, weeing in the cylinder and measuring your wee. And then this is where I'm thinking, wouldn't it be funny if I say piss? No. But swearing days are behind me. You're measuring up the wee, and then you shove the wee into the Tupperware box each time. And at the end of the day, you've got your wee, shove it back in the cylinder. You got that little thin test tube that you stole from chemistry one day, because you knew this day was coming. So you get that cylinder, and then you decant the wee into the test tube, and it fills up, overflows. No, that's what happened the first day. But you get skilled at it, and then you fill up 2, 1.5, and then you get the calculator out, and then you add up the numbers, and then 478 milliliters. So it's Saturday today, so that was Friday. 478 milliliters, and then today we're at 253 milliliters, and because I just milliliter, just sometimes you just got to add +1 to the tally, because of the nature of weeing yourself during the day and stuff. Yeah, so so it's just all this like measuring wee. It would be funny if I said measuring piss, but then the family content. Yeah, just measuring your own urine and then just keeping yourself entertained. And then I'm thinking this week I'm going to focus on the measuring of the wee, and then next week I'm going to focus on the coloration of the wee, and then I'm going to focus on the density of the yellow to the white stuff, and I do that by getting a cheese grater, grating some cheese, eating the cheese, drinking the wee, comparing it to water, comparing it to cheese, melted down, because wee, its thickest form is similar to just melted cheese, completely yellow, and then you drink the cheese, you drink the water, and then you drink the wee, and then you give it a mark out of 10. Quarantine content. That's the situation we're at. We're sitting down, we're podcasting, we're just feeling the vibes, and obviously, sometimes you just got to talk about what's really on your mind. Because I talked about the Huel, and I talked about poo a lot. I said, shit. I said the bad word to try and live out my life and lose my swearing virginity. I swear it. I'm virginity swearing, virgin swearing virginity, which basically means you've never sworn before. So I thought I'd try swearing because sometimes it's funnier when stand-up comics do it. But I don't know if everyone goes through this phase where it just seems unnatural at first, and then you're like effing and jeffing, like mother effer, you complete biatch. And you just say all these things and all these words, and then obviously at the end of this day, at the end of this chaos of a live stream podcast, I'm just gonna be like, video removed. Not family friendly content. But anyway, as long as we stay politically correct, then we can get this all sorted, and everything can just sort of mash together. Like let's think of something that's not wee or poo. Yeah, we try and keep it clean, try and keep it PG. Yeah, we try and keep it all good, and we're getting on a bad road here. We're spiraling into chaos because I'm thinking about stuff and I'm thinking, nope, don't make a joke about that. Nope. Because obviously when you start drinking Huel and you're drinking complete earthworm fecal throwing up matter, sick, earthworm fecal sick, ingested in some sort of human centipede configuration with some infectious pus oozing outside of someone's thigh. When you get into that territory, I hope you're not eating your meal with this podcast. Anyway, when you get into like people are sitting down, wasting their lives, and then also watching my podcast, not wasting your life, of course. No one's eating a meal. I know. Anyway, people are disgusting, aren't they? Joe Rogan's podcast, it always goes back to Joe Rogan. Sometimes he just talks about poo with people, and it's funny. It's funny sometimes. So coronavirus, hey? What's there to talk about? People just keep on talking about their life, and some people come on the podcast and like, I haven't been outside the house in 5 weeks, and like they're like spraying all the equipment, and like if it was my headphones and they were spraying all disinfectant, I would be like, how dare you? That's wet. I like to keep, I shouldn't talk about stuff. I got to make jokes. I got to be out there. here's my joke. I feel like an 8-year-old with around some older teenagers trying to say the swear word for the first time to be funny. I haven't learned a thing 16 years later. I still don't swear. Anyway, 22. Anyway, so the joke I was going to make is not going to be funny anymore. Is what's dry? I like. No, it's gone. It's something about dryness, and oh yeah, I like my headphones dry, like my sex life. Yep. Well, moving on. Moving on. Dry as in, like, you know, doesn't happen. Not. We're not going to get into technicalities of dryness. Right. So basically, that is what happens in my life. I get a lot of dry skin. You know, I go to the doctor. You get. I shouldn't be talking about this. I just get a lot of dry skin. Go to the doctor and I get prescribed a lot of, if you know the term E45 cream, so it's basically moisturizer. I get prescribed a lot of moisturizer. It's just a lot. Like, I've got dry skin. I've got my my legs to do. I've got my arms to do. I've got my shoulders, my neck. I do my forehead. I do my eyelids. I do my eyeballs sometimes. So it's a good 40 minutes in the bathroom, just moisturising myself. And I get through a lot of moisturising. I even have to go to the doctor and say, "Oh God, I've got so much dry skin." Like, isn't skin always like dry because it's not wet and stuff? No, it's like some sort of eczematic, asthma-y, polygonic skin condition. You know what I'm talking about. So it's just dry skin. So go into the bathroom 40 minutes. You just got that E45. So I've got to apply the moisturizer like 5 times a day. Sometimes I take my phone in to the bathroom as well. I've got to use a torch to see all the dryness. I have like this app with like a UV stuff. So I've got to take my phone in with its like big display, and also sometimes take my headphones in and stuff. I'm just in that bathroom with my phone, my headphones, fully clothed. Just applying. I'll sometimes take my clothes off anyway. So just fully applying the E45, and it's a real skin condition. So that's why I have a dry sex life. Anyway, that's actually funny. We could go for that. If I'm gonna do a stand-up comic, that's my first joke. It's a pun on so many levels. It's like dry because there's no girls, and it's dry because you've got dry skin, and then it's also sex, and it's funny. Anyway, I'm here all day, not on the podcast, but on the on this what am I on? No, I'm not on anything. I'm on Huel. I'm on zinc, vitamin D, and I just got to go out in the sun. Like, apparently vitamin D is good for you, but it's just like, you just want to do something. You want to go out in the sun because it feels good, but it's not necessarily good for you. Like, because I do physics, and you just tend to learn that vitamin D kills you. Just over time, vitamin D just it's just bad for you. No. What am I saying? The vitamin D doesn't kill you. That's like the one benefit of going in the sun. The sun kills you. The sun kills you. I'm so anti going out in the sun. I'm so pale as an F word. Just if I just said it, it would have been out there. It would have been funny. Anyway, never mind. I'm not gonna swear. Praise Jesus. Anyway, that's awkward. Right, I'll just prepare for my Bible study after this, because I've got a real problem. So so moving on, from whatever I was talking about. Moving on, we've got to seriously consider. Does God exist in this world? It's just interesting because you can just never tell. And then I think God exists, and it's pretty personal, but I think God exists, and I pray and stuff like that, and it all makes sense to me. And then when I go to church and hear other people doing the exact same thing, I'm like, God doesn't exist, guys. You're praying for stuff like that doesn't work, and then here I am praying for my dry skin condition to keep on happening because I love that E45. Yeah. It always boils down the least. Anyway, I was just saying it always boils down to filthy content when you've got nothing to talk about. Right. Could have said F all. Right, I'm an 8-year-old learning to swear here. I'm 22. I'm the youngest in my family, so I'll always be. What am I talking about? I was talking about dry skin. No, I wasn't. I was talking about Corona. Nope, gone. I was talking about life. I had something good to say. Probably didn't. Anyway, always boils down to fecal matter, really. It just makes you think, like, all this toilet paper. Never used it. That's my one-liner. That's gonna bomb. No one's gonna laugh. And just imagine me in the theatre and just saying that, and yeah, stand-up comic, sitting down podcast. Yeah, we'll get to it. We'll figure it out. We'll get to it one day. I've sworn. Oh yeah, I was talking about God. Yeah, and just praying, and then I just pray myself and stuff, and I believe in God, and it all makes sense to me, and I like that. And then when I hear someone else saying, I was healed of my bad hearing. No, you weren't. I prayed for my knee and it got better. God healed it. No, he didn't. And then I think I've got a different interpretation to what God means. I think God is about like morality, living your life, having meaning, like the conscious part of your brain, and just like finding joy. And I think that's all like religion and stuff. But like physical, like laws of nature, like if you cut yourself it bleeds, if you fall over you hit your head. Like God doesn't intervene with you falling over, you hitting your head and not getting hurt. Like you can't pray for that. Anyway, so just things annoy me. I just think after 2,000 years since Jesus walked the earth, obviously I believe that happens because I'm a hardcore Christian. I don't know. After 2,000 years, just people are going to get it wrong, and they're all basing it on the Bible that people weren't God, so people are just wrong. And like stuff like worshipping Jesus, I don't think you should be doing that. Just think that's a mistake, because Jesus is a man and not God. And then God, I don't know. Do you know, people who are watching this, there's 3 options. You like me and you find fecal matter measuring we and God just make a nice afternoon, and that's how you pass the time, and those things combined make a lovely podcast, and you watch it, so you like me. That's not an option. Option number 2, you're watching this because you're a close relative. That's option number 2. No, I still care, you know, sometimes. It's cute. It's not cute. I don't know. It's nice. It's sentimental. I do my podcast, and then my dad's upstairs working from home, and then he like listens to my podcast whilst I'm doing it, and then he's watching it, and that's another reason why I might watch it, because you love your son and stuff like that. Or option number 3, yeah. Yeah, anyway. I just... Never mind. Never mind. Anyway. That's what we're talking about. I don't know. Anyway, we'll run out the clock here. So I don't know. Life's interesting. Staying inside and all that. I just find it difficult. What do I find difficult? Just you know, having to do stuff every day. No, it's okay. I quite like it. Yeah, it's quite nice. I just think things are good, more or less. I like life, really. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's difficult. Just looking at my phone here. Anyway. It's tough. So, what to do? Nothing. What am I going to do for the rest of my day? I don't know. It's difficult. It is difficult. Yeah. Yeah. So, everything just yep, I'm fine. Completely fine. Yeah. Completely fine. So, really, this YouTubing, it's a work in progress, I suppose. I'll, I don't know. Yeah. So I'll just leave it here, really. I've got my Instagram at Peter Newing. Got my Twitter at the Pete Repeater, and got my book, An Unbelievable God, and you know, all that stuff. Yeah. NEWING, yeah. There's my the links. I try and get on this Twitter. Try and you know, advertise my channel, and everything will work out more or less. Yeah, that'll be alright. Okay. Thank you for watching. Appreciate the the views, and I hope that you have a nice day. Bye for now.